Hello everybody, this is Justin Armstead. I am back with another video. In this video, I want to be discussing the greatest Royal Rumble that just took place this past Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern. If you're on the California time, Pacific time, it would be 9 a.m. Over there in Saudi Arabia, it was 7 p.m. Alright, the first match of the night was John Cena versus Triple H. We haven't seen this match in 10 long years. I was never a fan of them bringing back this match because, we saw it so much in 2009, 2010, WrestleMania 22, and, we kept just seeing it over and over, and I got tired of seeing it. But, this was a great opener for WWE to give for the greatest Royal Rumble was Triple H versus John Cena. You saw back and forth action, finisher reversals. John Cena, tried to do the 5-knuckle shuffle like at least 2 or 3 times. Triple H reversed it. Even Triple H did the 5-knuckle shuffle in the match, and that was freaking awesome. But overall, John Cena defeated the game Triple H. The match lasted probably like 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes. So it was a great opener. Then we had our second match was for the Cruiserweight Championship. It was Cedric Alexander defeated Kalisto. We saw a lot of back and forth action for, a lot of high flying action from Kalisto. Cedric Alexander brought his A game, and when Kalisto was going to do his finisher, Cedric Alexander reversed it and put it into his finisher and won the match. That was freaking awesome. So, I agree with this match. I loved it. I wish they would do it more like in the United States, how they would put on a great event, such in Saudi Arabia. Alright, the third match, I already kind of knew that this tag team was not going to win the Raw Tag Team titles. Cesaro and Sheamus did not win the titles. Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy did, because what's the use of having them as Raw Tag Team champions when Cesaro and Sheamus is going to SmackDown Live? So Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy, overall they've been making a great tag team here lately since WrestleMania 34. I don't have no complaints against Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy being tag team champions. So I'm going to say I love the match. Alright, the next match on the card was Jeff Hardy versus Jinder Mahal for the United States Championship. Alright, we saw Jeff Hardy go to SmackDown Live. I didn't see Jinder Mahal picking up a win over Jeff Hardy in this match anyway, because Seth Rollins is on Monday Night Raw. They wouldn't have a United States champion plus an Intercontinental champion on the same brand. So, that kind of gave it away since Jinder Mahal is on Monday Night Raw now. Jeff Hardy put on a great match. You saw the Whisper in the Wind. Swanton Bomb to pick up a victory over Jinder Mahal. A lot of great back and forth action. So I have to say this match was awesome. The Bludgeon Brothers versus the Usos. I'm so glad that the Usos did not win this match, because I was so getting tired of seeing the titles change hand back and forth. I kind of thought that the Usos was going to pick up a victory over the Bludgeon Brothers, but I'm so glad that they didn't, because, I'm tired of seeing the titles change hands back and forth at every other pay-per-view event. So, this was a decent match. It was not the greatest on the card, but it was pretty decent. And, I have to say this match passed as well. Seth freaking Rollins taking on Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, and The Miz. I was so disappointed because, Finn Balor is having this t-shirt, Balor Club for Everybody. And he did not get a chance to wear it in Saudi Arabia because of their country's stance on LGBT rights. But, Samoa Joe, The Miz, Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, they put on a great Intercontinental Championship ladder match. I wouldn't consider it the best ladder match, but, overall, Seth Rollins did a great job in the match, but I didn't like the ending when Finn Balor got hit in the head hit in the eye with the Intercontinental title. But, I have to say, this match was pretty epic because you saw sorry about that. I'm getting happy. You guys saw a lot of back and forth action in the match, and also Samoa Joe used the ladder so much, so many times in the ring. That was pretty epic as well. All right, let's see. We had this AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the WWE Championship. Okay, this match I hated. I hated this match because, you know, it was not the greatest as the WrestleMania match, and I did not even like the WrestleMania match. But you saw a double count out. All right, you're gonna have this big event in Saudi Arabia. WWE was it was speculating that a lot of titles was going to change that night, and I thought the WWE Championship was going to change hands, but I was wrong. And to end by a double count out or disqualification in a Greatest Royal Rumble, and you've been amping this event up for like 3 weeks now, and you're going to do this, I think it's bad on WWE's part. I wish Shinsuke would have picked the win. I had to say this match failed. Alright, we had The Undertaker versus Rusev in a casket match. What better way to have the Greatest Royal Rumble with a casket match that The Undertaker invented? And to see The Undertaker on this card was pretty epic. I was not a fan of him going against Rusev. I was wanting him to go against Chris Jericho, but WWE decided to not do that match because, you know, The Undertaker versus Chris Jericho would be pretty epic, and I would have seen that match go at least about 20 minutes long. But overall, you saw a pretty great, not great, but a decent match in this contest. You saw Aiden English interfere in this match. Rusev was in the coffin. Aiden English was chokeslammed, tombstoned, and thrown in the coffin. I think it was chokeslam. But, you know, pretty great match. I would have to say this match passed. Another match I hated was the Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns steel cage match. You could tell that steel cage was already cut out for Brock Lesnar to go straight through it and win the match. And I'm like, okay, the finish sucked, but the overall match was pretty good. It was not greatest as I won't say Royal Rumble, but it was not the greatest as WrestleMania. But this match was pretty decent. You saw a lot of back and forth action. You saw the spear, the Superman punch, F5. They don't put a good match on, I want to say, but, you know, it's pretty decent when they do. The last match of the night, Braun Strowman won the freaking Greatest Royal Rumble ever. He won this Royal Rumble. He last eliminated Big Cass to win this 50-man Royal Rumble. And this match doggone lasted for like ever. And, yeah, because I was pretty impressed with this match. It lasted over an hour. It lasted an hour and 17 minutes long. It's pretty good. You know, you saw 50 man. You saw many returns such as Hornswoggle, Rey Mysterio, the Great Khali. It's pretty good. I overall have to say this event passed. You know, even though I do not agree with the country's stance on women's rights, LGBT rights, they don't care about those rights over there. But I do agree that this event was pretty epic. I do not want to say it was better than better than WrestleMania. But if I had to say, I would say yes, it was. But I hated that the women could not wrestle since they wrestled at last year's event. When they had before they went to India, they went to Saudi Arabia, and it was Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks, and they wrestled there in full clothing for the Raw Women's Championship. So why can't you wrestle at the Greatest Royal Rumble in complete clothing? Come on now, WWE. But overall, great event. Comment below what you guys thought about the event. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Love you guys. Thank you.